There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
What?
Win.
1, 2.
What are we waiting for?
Check me out right here, yo.
Do it.
How you feel what's about to happen on this field, man?
They ain't gonna get it to us. We got to take it.
They want to black out. We gonna give them a black out.
Stay together and keep fighting. Down. Knuckle up. There is everything that moves.
Touchdown. Brian Westbrook, he scored. Touchdown. And the Eagles win. The Eagles win.
Let's get into it all day. Relentless. Are you spirit? Are you power? Are you love? Give me what you got. Right now. Right now. You ain't ready for a fight? Go ahead and go home. Because if this gonna be for 4 quarters, a fight. We always win when we fight together. That's how winning is done.
Now get out there and do it. There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here. Win.
The Flight. Y'all know what it is. Another week in the books. Yo, first of all, what's the bird that flies through a storm instead of away from it? A storm allows an eagle to enter a space it can normally reach in good weather. It can't normally reach in good weather. You hear The Flight, Jay Scully. Yo, big shouts out. Man Cave Media, we now streaming Most Fila ENT, Man Cave LLC. Check out Mike, JAE, and your boys. Monday, Cheap Seats. Y'all know the routine. Tuesday, Man Cave. Thursday, Off the Rails. Saturday, Open Mic, new show. We here, man. Most Fila ENT, Man Cave Media. Sub, like, share, salute. The Flight. I'm Jay Scully. I'm here. Look. You know what number that is, right? 10. I ain't got no fingers left. I need another hand. For real. Like, I even got the boy JAE, who was skeptical about them birds all year. Bengals fans showing love, saying we going to the Super Bowl. Oh, you could tell I'm hype. I'm animated. It's almost Christmas. Shit. But he said we gonna lose to the Chiefs. Chiefs ain't gonna make the Super Bowl, but it's all in the works. You know what I mean? Everything's in the works right now. You know, what a great week. What a great month. What a great 10 weeks. I mean, what else do we got to do? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Eagles fans, first of all, I'm animated. I'm hyped because not only of the big win in the PA showdown against the Steelers and a dominating performance again, but I got to go in on y'all real quick to start the show off before we get into the stats and all the logistics of the game and how the Eagles are 10-0 and what's going on with the Eagles. Big shouts out Philly 215. Y'all know what it is. It's Scully. You know how we do. Man Cave, The Flight. So let me go in on some Eagles fans first, right? We talk about this on the Man Cave Media shows and the type of offense that the Eagles got and how Jalen Hurts is not going to be phenomenally superstar stats every week. The team is built on Saquon Barkley, the MVP of the league, and the youngest, best defense in the league in the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought Eagles fans were smart. So I'm understanding that y'all not Eagles fans. Y'all just trolling. Okay? Your Commanders, your New York Midgets, and your Dallas Cowgirls. I had to spend the week after the Panthers game. We called this game, me and Big Mike, and said that it was going to be tight because the Panthers got a good defense. It's a trap game, even though the Eagles was at home. Jalen Hurts, no turnovers, 3 touchdowns, 100-some yards. Right? Tough game. Pull it out. Nobody wants to see that type of game. It is what it is. Win's a win. 10 wins is 10 wins, motherfuckers. For real. Like, calm down. I can see if you're not an Eagles fan. I get it. It's skepticism out there on Jalen Hurts. He hasn't won the chip yet. I got my Reggie White on today. I was going to wear my Jalen Hurts, but even as an Eagles fan and a Jalen Hurts dog, he got the win before I start rocking jerseys. It is what it is. I get it if you're not a fan. But if you're an Eagles fan out there, and after a Panthers win, 9 wins in a row, and you skeptical of Jalen Hurts and you dogging Jalen Hurts in the media, y'all trash ass fans, man. I love Philly. I bleed green. I got a show just for the Eagles. I spend time talking about the birds. You know what I mean? I'm really pissed off with these fake ass Eagle fans, fair weather fans that get upset when this dude has a mediocre game, but been MVP caliber all year, no turnovers, having a great year. You know what I mean? What else does the man got to do? Like, for real, like Jalen balling with a broken finger. He different. How many of y'all going to work with a broken finger? For real. Like, how many of y'all clocking in at the office? Y'all ain't even going to work clocking in with a broken finger. This man playing with a broken finger against one of the best defenses in the league in the Steelers. 6 incomplete passes against the Steelers? No Saquon Barkley banged up, injured. Balling. A.J. Brown, touchdown. Devontae Smith, touchdown. No Goddard. Put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name, man. I'm tired of these fake-ass Eagle fans. I told them in the blog, they think we playing because we real Philly fans here. I got y'all snapshot. I snapshotted y'all usernames and your URLs, motherfuckers. I know exactly who y'all were that were dogging Jalen Hurts, talking about, I'm just not a fan of Jalen Hurts. The man went to the Super Bowl, outplayed Mahomes. Now then, last year, then. Bruh, I got y'all username saved. I don't want to see y'all if we win the Super Bowl at the parade. I don't want to see y'all turning up. I don't want to see none of that shit. Because I'm harassing the hell out of all of y'all. Y'all can't jump back on the wagon after the Panthers go, oh, man, 100 yards, and then turn around and demolish the Steelers' defense, and then turn around and dominate the Ravens, and then turn around and beat the Rams, and now it's 10 straight. Stop it. Y'all not Eagles fans, man. I get it if you're not Eagles fans. I get it. 100 yards is nothing. That's which I was tagging motherfuckers on the thing. Who you want, Kenny Pickett? You want baby hands, Kenny Pickett? Baby powder hands? That's what you want? Man, pause. Sit down. Are you not entertained? You fake-ass Eagle fans, man, go to another division or go in the same division. But if we win that trophy and we get that Lombardi, I don't want to see none of y'all and my whole squad. Most Fila ENT, I'm sending my goons, even S-Dot, the open mic Saturday. I'm sending her after y'all. I'm sending the girls after y'all. You fake-ass Eagle fans, man. Now that I'm done with that, there's only one thing that we need to do around here, man, for real.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here. Win.
I mean, just win, baby. So, off of that, I'm done. Let's get back to the game. Let's get to the stats. Let's get to why the Eagles have won 10 straight. First of all, we want to thank the Buffalo Bills. Another great organization out there. Bills fans, stand up. We showing y'all love on the flight here. We appreciate y'all demolishing. Yeah, it was a close game, but it really wasn't close. Beating up and showing the Detroit Lions that there's a weakness on that team. Now we are in a hell of a race for that number 1 seed in the NFCs or the NFC or the NFC divisional between the Minnesota Vikings, now 12-2. Who would have thought, you know what I mean? The Philadelphia Eagles 12-2. And now the Detroit Lions 12-2. Out of all three of those teams, we got the easiest schedule coming up. We got our last tough game against the Commanders, a team that we beat at home, but it's going to be different going to Washington. Tough game. Commanders are still trying to hold on to some type of playoff bid. So 11 wins, 11 straight wins. Then we get the Cowgirls. Here we get the New York midgets, right? By that time, if them teams have any brains in the top office, presidents, CEOs, GMs, owners, we know that ain't gonna happen. But just saying, these guys will be resting. CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors, like, come on, dude's banged up, hurt. What you playing for? You know what I mean? So, one more game, Commanders. The Vikings got a tough sled the last few games, divisional games. The Lions really got a tough sled coming, So we just want to thank the Buffalo Bills organization for beating Detroit, putting us in a position to get the number 1 seed. Because if we get the number 1 seed with this young defense and the MVP of the league in Saquon Barkley and the most hated on quarterback in Jalen Hurts, who's been balling since he's been here, and you got to come through Philly for the number 1 seed, who knows? Who knows what could happen? You never know what's going to happen, man. Health. We're not going to get too far ahead of things. We got the Commanders coming. We got, and the playoffs are going to be spectacular. We got our arch nemesis in the Bucks, man. If the Bucks are in the playoffs, we just, for some reason, whether it's Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady, we can't beat the Bucks, bruh. But the difference is they'll be coming to Philly. So that makes a big difference, The Flight, Jay Scully, I'm here. Let's get into a little what a game. What a 10 weeks. But we can't talk about 10 weeks in one episode, right? Let's talk about Steelers, Eagles, PA showdown. Mike Tomlin called it the PA championship. Wasn't much of a championship. Mind you, Steelers were without their number 1 weapon in George Pickens. So when I saw that happening, I kind of said, they were going to have a tough sledding against our defense with George Pickens. But without George Pickens, I knew it was going to be tough. At home, it's tough. Steelers will be there. I think the Steelers got a great chance to win against the Chiefs and against the Bills. They just got to get George Pickens together. But 27-13, Eagles, 10 straight. Mind you, other than that Panthers game that everybody wanted to trash Jalen Hurts on, 3 playoff championship test-worthy teams. Right? Let's break it down. Rams, one of the best, other than our passing core, maybe one of the best passing cores in football. We saw what they did the other day, a couple weeks ago, with Puka and Chris and Cooper Kupp. Handled that defense. Shut that D down, really. Shut that offense down with the defense, man. Darius Slay's healthy. He didn't. He looked a little banged. I think every game, Darius Slay's on the ground, but he's a warrior. He's tough. we just love the fight in him, and he's over there guiding Quenya Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. And that's what we need from him. And I'm glad he's doing that and taking a role as a veteran and a leader. So, then the big showdown in Baltimore, that was the big one. How can we shut down Lamar Jackson having an MVP year, Derrick Henry in Baltimore? Dominated that game. Wasn't close. Dominated. Panthers game, trap game. Shit happens, right? Another win. You can take any win in this league. Don't matter who it is. They all professionals. It's called what it is, right? Showdown, PA showdown. At home, Pittsburgh. One of the best defenses in the league. No George Pickens. Crazy run game, though. Russell Wilson's been balling. Shut that team down. I mean, let's go to the stats real quick. 401 total yards by the Eagles on the great mighty J.J. Watt defense of the Steelers, and we gave up 163 yards. And we turned the ball over 2 times back-to-back in the first quarter. Reminds me of that opening game in Brazil when we played the Packers and Jalen Hurts came out and turned the ball over 3 straight times. We still almost put up 40 and still won by 20. But the Eagles, what people say we ain't nothing to be feared about. That's okay. It ain't playoff time yet. Playoffs? Playoffs? Y'all talking practice? I'm talking playoffs. Shit. Yo, but let's look at some stats. Jalen Hurts, 25 for 32, 292 touchdowns, 7 incomplete passes. Turnover. I don't know what the hell that was with the center throwing the ball over his head. First drive, second drive. He still was surgical. Okay, Panthers got a good defense. Steelers got a way better defense. Surgical against the Steelers defense. Saquon Barkley, 65 yards, 19 carries, basically a bye week, keeping him fresh for the long haul. Didn't even need him out there. He got banged up, was watching. It shows you that even though Saquon Barkley is the MVP of our team and the MVP of the league, we don't need him against the Steelers. Great defense. We can win in the air or the ground. Pick one. Long as this defense keeps shutting down and playing solid with Vic Fangio's scheme, running. That's why I told these goofy ass Eagles fans, running defense. Y'all know anything about football? You're not real Philly fans. Fake ass, man, for real, yo. Boy, I tell you. Barkley, most of them yards was in the fourth quarter to close out the game, right? Excuse me. I'm still a little upset with Anyway, AJ Brown, I get it. You know, Big Mike, Man Cave, J.E. pointed out the targets that AJ hasn't been getting. You know, I get it. Jalen can force him the ball. I get it. But that's not our offense. That's not how we go win a Super Bowl. Forcing the ball to AJ Brown and possibly throwing turnovers and double coverage like Jalen did the end of last year, that's not going to win the chip. AJ, have a seat. Love you. Dog, mammoth, animal, Batman. Have a seat. Get your numbers. Watch Devontae shine a little bit. He said in the post game when he was talking about passing, what do you got to work on? Pass. And he thought he threw Jalen Hurts under the bus. I love how Jalen Hurts' leadership before the Steelers game, him, Devontae, AJ huddled up, praying. Man, this is special dude, bro. There's a lot of special guys on this team, right? Just shows you the closeness to them and how they will not be kind of ruffled by fair weather fans calling their name out after mediocre games and other people just not believing. That you keep the main thing. As Jalen Hurts was keep the main thing. I'm putting that on the shirt, bro. For real. AJ 110, 8 catches, a touchdown. Devontae, we can get to some bigger kind of in-depth more stats here. Devontae had a touchdown. You know, it's just they spread the ball. No Goddard. Calcaterra had a really good game. You know, we've been talking about the defense the last few weeks because the defense has really been anchoring this team. Panthers game, you know, Rams game, even in the Baltimore game, you know. They've been really kind of anchoring this team. But finally, I feel like even though they didn't have George Pickens and we knew this offense doesn't put up a lot of points, their number one scorer is Chris Boswell. Great kicker in his own right. But when your kicker is the number one scorer, you're not really putting up the points that you need to put up. That may be their problem going forward. But, you know, at the end of the day, it was the offense, 7 incompletes from Jalen Hurts, bro. Like, I'm not going to give those turnovers to Jalen Hurts, him having to catch a ball over his head and this and that and that and this. You know, 290 yards. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, was sacked 3 times, quarterback rating 77.6. I get it. His quarterback rating over the season is like 90, high 90s, low 100. He's not making no mistakes. That's the key. It ain't how many yards you throw, people. It's how many turnovers you got. It's how many times you turn over the ball and make your offense You can't get points, field goals. You can't get touchdowns. Your defense is put in short fields. That's the problem. It ain't yards. If you have an undefeated season and average 150 yards a game passing, 70 yards on the ground, and 3 touchdowns, and you don't lose a game. Like, come on, man, for real. Saquon, quiet game, had 22 of those yards on one play, because in that fourth quarter they were kind of 45 yards and a touchdown from Jalen. Touchdown machine, Jalen Hurts. Devontae had a run, probably a reverse. Devontae 109, 11 catches, touchdown. Jalen Hurts or AJ Brown 8 catches, 110. Yeah, that's what we want to see. We have one of the best receiving cores in football. We love to see both of these dudes get 100 yards. It's obvious. It's capable of happening. But that's also when teams aren't keying in on Saquon the Matrix Barkley. You know what I mean? Like, this team is, Calcaterra, catch for 22 yards. I think he's going to be a big piece going forward, because now we don't know how long Dallas Goedert is out. He's a key. He's one of Jalen's favorite weapons. If we can ever get Jahan Dotson going, this team will put up 40 points a game. Like, Jahan Dotson, I hope we can re-sign him, because I feel like an offseason with Jalen would be perfect, because he's a number 2 receiver on the team, and he's our 3rd, maybe 4th behind Goddard. If we can get Jalen Hurts and him some type of chemistry, bruh, like it's really over. We only gonna do one thing.
I want you to do for me.
Come
here. Win.
All you know, give me what you got.
Let's get to the defense, though. We talked enough about the offense. Great game by the offense. I think this game against the Steelers, that game against the Ravens defense, really will help propel AJ coming out. I feel like that was a smokescreen too. A lot of y'all don't know about that. The mind games that these professional athletes play. AJ out there looking like him and Jalen got beef. You know what I mean? But AJ really he do want his stats. But using it as a smokescreen to kind of take away from Barkley and make you key in on AJ and Devontae more in the playoffs, and just keeping the main thing. But then I said this on the Man Cave shows. I say, you're gonna see Jalen. There's gonna be a time when Jalen's gonna, hopefully not, but there's gonna be a time when Jalen's gonna have to force that bitch to AJ and Devontae, and it ain't gonna be no Bucks game this year, but it might be like Detroit. Detroit could put up points. Our defense is slacking a little bit, maybe. We down 10, fourth quarter. That's when you'll see it, because it's available. Period. Superman, skinny Batman, it's all available. They here, swole Batman, it's all here. Fat Batman, Jason Kelsey might come back. Who knows? You never know. Defense, though. Let's take a look. Nakobe Dean having a phenomenal year, man. 10 tackles in the game. Solo 7. Zach Bond, 5 tackles, 5. This might be one of his worst games. 5 tackles. This man, him and Nakobe Dean have had such a great chemistry together. It is just flourishing. We just pray for health. These guys stay healthy, man. Darius Slay's the only one that's kind of banged up out there. I don't know where Avonte Maddox is, but I know where he'll be next year. Free agency. It's about that time. Nolan Smith, 4 tackles, 3 solos, 2 tackles for losses, and a sack. Nolan has really been balling last few weeks. We are starting to see the Nolan Smith that was the reason why he was drafted. They believed in they believed in Nolan Smith to get rid of Hassan Richardson. We would have never known what Hassan would be doing. Oh my God, Hassan in his defense, who knows? We might be undefeated, but Nolan Smith is coming around. He's balling. He's healthy. He's strong. If we can get any pressure, Josh Sweat is leading the team in sacks. He had another sack, 2 tackles, another sack, quarterback hit, 1. C.J. Gardner had a couple tackles for a loss. Jalen Carter's quiet game. You know, it's if we can get Jalen's Hunt to and Milton Williams to really step it up. Jordan Davis, quiet game by this defensive line, but just solid play, great tackling. This team is a phenomenal tackle team, right? We talking about that front four. We talking about really good linebackers and the Kobe Dean and Zach Bond. But with Cooper DeJean, y'all heard me. It ain't DeJean, it's DeJean. It's Philly. It's the Flight. Y'all know what it is. We here. Quinion Mitchell. Well, I don't even know why I'm pausing. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hands down. Quinion Mitchell. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I was thinking about Rookie of the Year, period. Bro Nix. I mean, y'all know if y'all watch The Cave, and I know y'all watch The Cave, we talk a lot about Bro Nix. We about to get Bro Nix jerseys. You know what I mean? We if he take out Mahomes, everybody's getting a Bro Nix jersey. I'm with that. I'm here for that. Bro Nix, ain't no Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels, can't think of nobody else. I think that the Rookie of the Year, he's definitely Defensive Rookie of the Year, hands down. Give it to him now. Rookie of the Year, I think they got an offensive and a defensive, and do they have a rookie? If they do have a Rookie of the Year, it comes down to two people, ladies and gentlemen, at the Flight. Bro Nix and Quinion shut down Island. Put him on the island, Mitchell. Just saying. So yeah, you know, Jake Elliott, 2 for 2, 9 points, field goals, 29-yard punt. That was some bullshit. Brandon, Brandon. You wildin', Brandon. You wildin'. Come on, man, get that shit together. Gainwell, 2 kick returns, 63 yards, 32 yards. This is where Gainwell needs to start stepping up in the special teams game. You know, no weakness. There is no weakness to this Eagles team, ladies and gentlemen. No weakness. It's like the Man Cave, Most Fila, LLC, Man Cave Media. There are no weaknesses in our squadron. None. Besides the punter. 29 yards. But we got 1 punt. I'll take that. Go ahead. Punt that bitch 29 yards 1 time a game. That's cool with me. Because we ain't punting. Jalen Hurts haters fall back. 125 quarterback rating. You know, Commanders coming up 10 straight. Obviously, last year we had that run of 7-8. AJ was torching the league. Obviously, we're not going to see that this year because we only got 3 games left. 2 of them are against the garbage of the NFC East. They should be kind of they should have been hung it up by now. But they might want to piece us. They might want to get beat down with Kenny Pickett. But at the end of the day, we're not going to see no Kenny Pickett because the division is up. You know, we have the division locked up. We can put the Commanders in a tight spot. And now it's going to be a race to the finish for the NFC divisional number 1 seed critical. You don't want to go to Detroit. You don't want to go to Minnesota. You damn sure don't want to come to Philly. Commanders game, we have to play. Even though we're looking at the Giants and Cowboys, there is no slack, and playoffs have started. The playoffs have started. It started for us. It started against the Rams, and then the Ravens, and then the Panthers, and then the Steelers. 3 of those teams could either get to the Super Bowl or possibly make some noise. And 2 of those teams got 2 of the best defenses in the league, and the Ravens and Steelers. We showed out. We did our thing, right? Now every game's a playoff game. So we can't even rest against the Giants or Cowboys. we gotta beat the Commanders this week up in Washington. It's gonna be tough because they're balling and they know they gotta win. And it was a close one the first time we played them. You know, let me pull up. I don't think it shows any percentages or anything as far as we just starting to show off the Vikings. Tough sled for them to get the number 1 seed. Detroit's got a tough sled, depending on who's going to start resting and this, that, and the third. The Eagles have the easiest chance to get the number 1 seed. We got to play each game now like it's the playoffs and then get that number 1 seed. I think if we win out, we have the number 1 seed. I'm not sure. You know, we'll see about that. But it's in our hands. It's in our hands to win the next 3 and get that bye week. That's when you can take a rest, get that home field advantage, get that number 1 seed, get the bye week, and prove everybody wrong, even these Eagle fans that we got screenshotted on your username so we can blast you all the way till baseball season for real, like, because that's what's going down, like fake ass Eagles fans. But we keeping it positive. Here's the flight. 10 straight. Y'all are entertained. I know y'all are. Y'all are entertained. I can see it on your faces. Yo, hopefully your team is in the playoffs and making a playoff run. It's been the multiverse. We call this season the multiverse round chair. It's just been crazy, man. Crazy season. If I had to call up Big JAE and Big Mike on the Man Cave Media when we did our predictions of wins, I think I said 14, right? 15 maybe? 14? 14. 10 straight. That 12-2. I want to change that. If I did say 14, I'm going to say 15 because we can't have a loss against the Commanders. We cannot lose against the Giants, and we for sure can't lose against the Cowgirls. Sweep this season with them bitches because we got to get the number 1 seed. We get the number 1 seed. They got to run through Philly. This team gets a rest for a week. Devontae rest, AJ rest, maybe get Goddard back. Darius Slay hobbled ass can get back. Woo! Cooper DeJean, Quenya Mitchell, Reed Blankenship. I don't know where Avonte Maddox is, but we don't need him. I don't even know where James Bradbury is. And I'm not going to call him Trashberry. It's a new year. Things happen. We're doing this without one of our highest paid players. James Bradbury. Where is he? We should have traded him. Will somebody take him? I don't even see him on the sideline. Is he inactive? I think so. Holy shit. That's how good that this Eagles draft has been this year. They have found the cornerstones of this defense at cornerback. We got to keep these two. And even Reed Blankenship. Like, he's coming along last year. But if he stays healthy, man, his defense is some. Quenya Mitchell, man, reminds me of Darrelle Revis. You know, not too super fast, not big, technically sound, just superb. His technical skills, his rotation at the hip, his eye coordinate, his knowing where he's watching the quarterback and the receiver instead of doing one or the other like these silly ass cornerbacks out here that get toasted and roasted. Yo, Quenya Mitchell is Darrelle Revis. He looked like him out there. It's crazy. It's an exciting time to be an Eagle fan, but it's going to be a war in the playoffs. The Chiefs are reeling. We seen this show before, Philly. Don't start laxing because you saw the Detroit Lions get exposed by a weakness because Josh Allen's coming. He's here. Pause on that. Big pause. He coming, no pause. We seen this show before with Patrick Mahomes, man. The limping and the, I'm hurt. And then look at Kelsey and be like, let's go. 3P. Philly, don't get bamboozled by this shit. We got to keep playing. We got to keep showing up. We got to keep being smart. Don't start that dumbass illegal man down the field shit on screen passes. Stay in your zone. Know what you need to do. Because we lost the Super Bowl to Mahomes on one leg. So I'm not buying that bullshit. I ain't buying it. Fuck that. I ain't buying that shit. I want another one. Can't find my ring. It's around here somewhere. I want another one. In my lifetime, I want 3 to 4. We got 2 more to get. And 1 more could be this shit. It's the Flight, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know who it is. It's Jay Scully, you know what I mean? Yo. Last but not least, 10 wins in a row. Eagles 12-2, top of the NFC East, fighting for that divisional crown. Everybody's healthy. Saquon's had it was a simple week for him. MVP of the league. Let's just give it to him now. Offensive player of the league. As much as I like the work Jalen Hurts did, everybody's pushing for Saquon to get that record, man. First year as an Eagle. We love Shady, man. We love McCoy. Big shouts out to LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, they podcast. All these podcasters out there doing their thing, man. We here too. You know, we at top of the throne. But man, we love McCoy. But Saquon Barkley in his first year smashing Eric Dickerson's all-time record. Oh, wait! I'm waiting. I'm not even going to get my Saquon Barkley jersey until maybe 10 days before Super Bowl. If we can get there, I'm getting it. I'm getting that exclusive color. Because that's the only bad thing about Jalen Hurts and what he did against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We would have liked for Saquon, he had like 69. We would have liked for him to get like 109 because he's at like an average of 120, 130 a game to get the record. But guess what? The Commanders' defense is good. He can get 100 on them, right? Right now, with that 70 yards that he got against the Steelers, he like 60 behind. You don't think that Saquon the Matrix Barkley can bust 150, 180, 200 on the Cowboys and the New York? Did I call them Cowboys? Cowgirls and the New York Midgets? 200 on each. That's the record. Eric Dickerson. Saquon Barkley goes in the rafters, man, in his first season. New York fans are blowing their brains out. If it ain't the Yankees, the Midgets, the Jets. Holy shit, I feel bad for my New Yorkers. It's Philly. It's the Flight. Are you not entertained? Oh, it's getting excited around here, boy. It's almost Christmas week. My daughter's about to turn 4. She in the Wild Wings talking about boom, 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 boom. Why, Eagles, fly.
There's one thing I want you to do for me.
What?
Come here.
Talking about?
Win.
Last but not least, the Flight, ladies and gentlemen. The only weak spot on our team. The only weakness on this team. Nick Sabotage Sirianni. Nick Sabotage Sirianni. As the Man Cave would say, we could win a Super Bowl and you might see Nick Pow, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Nick Sabotage Sirianni has lost all respect for Eagles fans. From Eagles fans. Has lost respect for his team. If it wasn't for leaders like Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Quinion Mitchell, C.J. Gardner, Jake Elliott, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. Bro, this team we'd be doing the same thing we did last year. I get it. Jalen Carter smacked the dog shit out of that offensive lineman. I get it. It was the end of the game. Game's over. Jalen, aggressive, vicious. They let Man Cave laugh at me when I say he a mixture between Jerome Brown and Warren Sapp. Yeah, I'm talking. I'm on one, but he getting there. Just saying. That's how I feel. The game's over. He slapped the dog shit out of one of them. Man, just get the like that one game, like when he just flipped the whole lineman with one arm. Here come Nick Sabotage Sirianni now trying to gain some respect from his team and try to go seek out Jalen Carter. The last person you want to get in somebody's face. The game's over. We have 13. talk to him in the gym or talk to him in the locker room. Why is Nick Sirianni trying to put the spotlight on him after a game's over, trying to find Jalen Carter? And I don't know who that was. I usually know everybody. That coach, the defensive coordinator, or the lineman, the defensive line coach. Shit, he bigger than Jalen Carter. He's 6'8". Big old headphones. Big old fucking speaker box. Looked at Nick Sirianni and said, "Get your New York ass back there. Don't dare try to go run in Jalen Carter's face." Jalen over on the sideline like, bro, somebody get this. Can he go talk to the fans again? Nick sabotaged Sirianni. Sit your $5 ass down for they make change. What is he doing? A lot of people be on Mike Tomlin, the other side of the field. Mike Tomlin. A lot of people be on Mike Tomlin because he don't do that. But then he do it in the locker room. I heard that he gets you in the locker room. He like start calling you, oh, you washed up. Look like you washed. You washed, nigga. Then you nigga say I washed. Come out there and play. Nick Sirianni want to do that shit because everybody watching. 10-game winning streak. We dominating the Steelers at home. Here he go again. I'm kind of with people on this. I don't give a if we win the Super Bowl or not. It's time for Nick sabotage Sirianni to go. We went through the situation with him yelling at fans. Why are you even looking back there anyway? We went through the whole situation of him losing the leadership over the offense. Now, I mean, what else he gonna lose? He is the puppet. It's like Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman is like this. All that dumbass shit he was doing in the middle of the season costing. The only reason why we got 2 losses is because Nick Sirianni wanted to didn't want to kick field goals and ice Jake Elliott for 3 weeks. And he wanted to do and go for 4th down and 3 on your own 40, Jalen Hurts quarterback sneak for 3 weeks. And we lost 2 of those games. And then he got called up to the office like a biatch, like he was in high school, and the ownership said, "Quit that shit for you. We let you go now." We could bring. It's easy to bring Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio been coached before. He's the whole reason why we doing what we doing. Bring Vic Fangio down here out of the booth and let him coach. Let the offensive coordinator, who got this offense running and clicking like pure water, let him coach. He already down there. Nick Sirianni got to go. For you Eagles fans that love Nick Sirianni, y'all can go with him too. All right? Clap it up. It's the flight. Embarrassing. Wait for Jalen Carter to go in the locker room and then discipline him. The game's over, man. He 10 wins in a row. He happy. He's so glad he was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. And he's playing great. Kind of a Pro Bowl year on the cusp. I don't know statistically, but as far as the piece of the Eagles defensive line, he definitely, if anybody's going to go to the Pro Bowl, it's Jalen Carter, man. You know, talk to that man behind doors. Stop trying to put the spotlight on yourself, Nick, because I feel like he got to go. Belichick is now coaching in college. Good for Bill Belichick. I think Vic Fangio will just come down. Or they can just hand the keys off to the young bull, man, offensive coordinator. He was promised shit in Dallas. He didn't get it. He came to Philly. He's putting one of the best offensive balances together, especially if Saquon Barkley gets that record, you know. We're not talking about Nick Sirianni anymore on the flight. Unless it comes down to him costing us this championship. And you know, if you were tuning in to episode 1, I think it was episode 1 or 2, we said we putting APBs out on all you yo. If Nick Sirianni costs us a championship, he live right down the road. I know where he live at. I'm out in Erie. You know what I mean? He right there in Jamestown, New York, the slums of Jamestown. We will find your ass. Eagle fans, you have been screenshotted. You fake ass Eagle fans. We will find your ass. Just saying. You know, other birds run from storm weather. Eagles actively engage these stronger winds, and instead of seeking shelter, they use the turbulence to push itself higher, propelling flight. 3 games left, Philly. I'm Jay Scully. Take flight. And good night.
There's one thing I want you to do.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Win.
What are we waiting for?
You know what you gotta do. Do it.
How you feel what's about to happen on this field, man? They ain't gonna get it to us. We got to take it. They want to black out. We gonna get one black out. Stay together and keep fighting. Now, we have enough of up.
Touchdown. Ryan Russell, he scored. Touchdown. And the Eagles win. The Eagles win.
Let's get into it all day. Relentless, relentless, relentless. All your spirit, all your power, all your love. Give me what you got. Right now, right now. If you ain't ready for a fight, go ahead and go home. Because this is gonna be the fourth quarter. A fight. We always win when we fight together. That's how winning is done.
Now get out there and do it to me.